it's certain songs I'm not stopping on.
Benny is a faithful one for me that I can always rely on and go back to,
especially
when I'm working out.
Called? Like Plugs That I Know.
The Plugs That I Met?
Yeah, Plugs That I Met, nigga. It's almost every song on that album was like that. I got Run on what is it called? My Hero, that Run song. I got that on there. I can never stop on that shit. And just my homeboy said, bro, put that shit on your playlist like 4 times. Nigga, when that shit come on, you can't stop. Like I don't know. I'll be like, damn, I'm done. I don't know where I just hear that song. I'll be like, fuck. I gotta fight.
That's that shit that made Deku clean a whole beach.
Man, facts. I'm like, that redheaded kid need a fucking hero. I gotta do it. I be fighting through that shit, nigga. I be sitting over there about to throw up there.
Nigga vomiting on his sneaker.
Oh no, I got a perfect move to like. I've ran and thrown up in the middle of running so many times. It's ridiculous.
I've never thrown up working out.
You've never pushed yourself.
Not that hard, nigga.
Hell no, because I remember like in the military, first day, nigga, because I was smoking. Nigga, first day, we ran 5. And then the first time when you wagon wheel and you the nigga, you the reason why they wagon wheel one time, nigga, that should have changed you. Yeah. Now is everybody who's mad at you is behind you. I won't do this again. Nigga, every time I'm running, I'll just like, fuck it. I'm running and I'm just keep it going. Keep going. Fuck it.
I don't want to experience
and
that.
And then, like, when you, like, especially when I went to that one basketball camp, nigga, I ain't never been pushed like that. That shit was, like, ugly. And, like, because you know what suicides are, right?
Yes.
Yeah, bro. And, like, certain people do it differently. Because I know the one that we was doing, we would just, like, go from the half court back, then full back. That was cool. This nigga was just, like, free throw, 3, back, half court, back, 3, back. Half court. I'm like, nigga, like you got to do all of these, and then that's 1, and we doing 5. I was like, well, sorry, I got asthma.
It was a good thing. The only time I ever tried a sport was soccer, and as soon as my mom left, I cried. That was the end of my sports career.
This nigga said, that bitch going,
no. She had to come right the fuck back. They called her immediately. Back to Power Rangers I go. That and
my mom was so quick to like no TV because I couldn't play the game during the week anyway. She'd make sure we wouldn't watch TV for weeks.
Damn. No wonder you got in trouble so much.
I would no, nigga.
Cable didn't raise you the way it raised me.
No. If I couldn't watch TV, I got to go outside. I got in a lot of fucking trouble out there, dog.
And that's why I said no wonder you got in trouble so much.
Because I ain't gonna like, bro. I'm gonna tell you, nigga. Not knowing what's gonna happen outside, you just go out that bitch. Nigga, that shit was so much fun back in the day.
This nigga treated the projects like Lord of the Rings.
Hell no. I didn't remember
it
was one day, you know, my nigga just was out that bitch. He was like, hey, yo, bro, let's go up the street. And I'm just thinking up the street. We went to a whole different neighborhood. That nigga got off that bike. He said, hey, what's up? Straight to these niggas playing basketball. I'm just like, well, I ain't gonna let this nigga get jumped.
Come on, Frodo.
And then, you know what I'm saying? We went over there. He's like, what's up, nigga? What's up? What's up? Got mopped.
You had to drag the nigga back home on the back of the bike.
No, he got mopped. He was like, bro, I'm gonna call my brothers and cousins.
Nigga, you rode to their area. You don't have the right.
No. I'm about to say, well, shit, nigga, we don't care.
That's wild.
Yes, you do, nigga. I got the audacity. The fuck you talking about the right? I'll be there in a minute.
Fuck that.
And then all you gotta do is just lie to your cousins. Now y'all got real beef.
That is how gang wars start.
Shit,
nigga pulled up to somebody else's hood, started a fight, called other people from the hood he came from, and said, let's get him. Yep. Turf wars. Mm-hmm. That is wild.
But yeah, we don't fuck with niggas over there no more.
This nigga got a whole project war going off of him rolling into the wrong neighborhood.
Nah,
on some bullshit.
It wasn't even like the wrong neighborhood. That nigga was just, I think he had a problem with one of the niggas. I didn't know. I went with him, fuck it.
That's why I stayed in the house. I'm cool.
Oh, gosh. Speaking of these niggas, bruh. Because niggas thought I always was lying when I was saying this shit, right? So one of my homeboys, he was just like, hey, yo, bro, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody was gone for some reason. They was just like, hey, bro, I need you to run defense. They were just like, yeah, bro, I just need you to pull up. You know what I'm saying? I hollered at the homegirl. I'm like, bet. What the other girl look like? He was like, shit, I don't know, but she just said her friend there. I was like, all right, nigga. So we walking, we get there. Honestly, and you know, back in the day when you were a kid, walking wasn't bad. If I'd have walked that shit now, nigga, I'd have been hurt. Feet would have been on fire. Nigga, we get into that bitch, we walk in there, and I already knew the girl he tried to holler at because, you know, he always been talking about her. When I saw the friend, that bitch was built like an optional boss. I was like, damn, bro. My nigga funny, dog. That nigga looked at me, he was like, bro, my bad. I was like, what the fuck you talking about, nigga? I stretched before I came in. I'm ready.
That's wild.
But she was up there. And she laid on her side. She was taller than me. That bitch was big. This nigga was like, bro, you ain't got to do nothing. I was like, shit, nigga, I'm here. I said, we gonna be starting a fire in this bitch. My nigga, I'm not even lying about this. My nigga was just talking to his girl. He was trying to get close. I was up in that show mashing. I lost my drawers. I lost my socks. I walked home. My shoes was stinking like a bitch when I came back home, bro. I just...
Nigga, it was supposed to be him. Yo ass. How did he become the second fiddle?
I literally left at that crib. I just beat Omega Weapon. I was hype as a bitch.
This nigga fucked the blacksmith's daughter.
Bruh. My home was like, bro, he was just like, I don't even know why you even took it there, bro. I was just like, nigga, I was trying to walk. You made me walk this fucking journey. I'm gonna get something out of this.
This nigga had a goal in mind from the go.
He's gonna go in mind, set the streets on fire. Think we accomplished that. Gangster Grizzle.
Oh my God, that is stupid. That's some shit your ass would do.
Bruh, it was so funny, bro, because every now and then they be like, bruh, can't believe you told on that big Willie. I was like, shit, nigga, I told you I'm swole because I want to pick up big bitches. I told y'all niggas. I lift weights just for that. I said, I'm not fucking with y'all. It may sound like a dumb reason. Nigga, you don't understand the look on the big girl's face when you lift her up. But you get a lot of shit out of her that day.
Facts.
Like, out of nowhere, this bitch just cooking you popcorn shrimp. You cooking me shit in your freezer, bitch? You love me.
You thawed out meat for me?
It's just hot in the kitchen. Oh, I'm preheating the oven. Shit, I'm going to stay.
Shit. You took this meat out 5 hours ago. You were really thinking about me.
Bruh, I'm telling you, bruh. To this day, I still like big girls. Shit, nigga. Let me be a good big girl, nigga. My PlayStation at your crib.
Nigga left a toothbrush.
Hell yeah. I was like, nah.
She got an overnight bag in the trunk.
Yeah, then she hit me with that what is a Bronx Tale shit. I get in that house, now you can't leave. I'm like, oh.
Gasp.
Bitch, my PlayStation here, I won't leave it.
Exactly. Ghost of Yotei came out today, bitch. Y'all lucky we recording today, actually. That shit did come out today. I will be on my way to GameStop after this.
I woke up at 1 o'clock.
You played some of it?
I played a lot of it.
How is it?
I'll say story-wise, it's decent.
I was looking at stuff on it. It looks like a classic revenge tale.
That's all it is. Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I was cool with it.
So was I right in that it plays kind of like the Assassin's Creed game where you have to kind of do stuff in order to get locations of people?
Not really.
Oh, that's what I heard it was.
Well, that's all right. It is to a certain degree. Assassin's Creed was a little bit more difficult. So I think they learned from that. And it does, like if you're doing a bounty hunting jump, then they'll say, oh, this person is the west of this cemetery. Then it's certain shit like that. But when it's like a mission, you just go there. It'll start. But like bounty hunting, especially that, like they'll just say, oh, he was last seen at this tavern somewhere to the west of this tavern.
And then you have to go there and figure out more clues.
No, as soon as you get there, you go to the west, it'll just cinematic shit pop up.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Now, on Assassin's Creed, once you get there, you got to find clues. He was like, Ayo, you know, to find this nigga, it's like a path full of Lunchables. I'm like, damn, they had Lunchables back then? I'm like, shit.
I was looking at a streamer play, and I was like, this feels like more of Ghost of Tsushima. And I was like, good.
If I'm being real, it's the same thing. Now, instead of, you know, the regular stances, you're getting different weapons.
Yeah, I saw that too.
And I'm cool with that. If I'm being honest, I never look at somebody else's because I don't want it like taken away from me. So I don't look at other people's gameplay because I did like honestly, I didn't even know that. So I was just like, oh shit, double swords. I was like, that's what's up. I didn't even know that shit. I was thinking different stances. So, but no, I ain't got the other weapons. Whenever I get a game and I see like the gameplay trailer and I like it, I stop looking for that game completely. I don't look at people's opinions. I don't look at nothing. I'm getting the game. I'm not talking to anybody else about it. I'm not gonna look. As soon as I see somebody playing it a little bit, slide, scroll, block this nigga.
Block this nigga.
Yeah, I'm about to say, you ain't gonna fucking ruin this game for me.
But yeah, I'm getting it. I played through the first one twice, so I'm definitely getting this one. I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I think I went to the first one like 3 or 4 times. I ain't gonna even lie. Like recently, I've been on. Of course, I'm on 2K26. Still playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 because that game is just so much fun. I can't get enough of that game, and it's so crazy that it's not put in a lot of people's Game of the Year conversations.
It should be.
Yeah,
and you know what's crazy? I've been hearing people talk about what's going to be the nominees this year. Almost all of them are indie games. The only other one I can think of that wouldn't be is like Death Stranding 2.
There's another one. Yeah, everybody think Expedition gonna win.
Expedition 33. I know you wouldn't play it, but the new Hollow Knight Silk Song came
I have
out.
played it.
You played it?
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah.
Okay. That
I don't. It's not like I don't dislike indie games. I just usually don't fuck with them because I gotta rummage through some shit to find something I like specifically.
Hades 2 that just came out, people are saying is a contender as well. So it's like, if you think about it, outside of Death Stranding 2, everything that people are saying are contenders for Game of the Year are all indie games, which says a whole lot about the game industry this year, or the state of it in general right now.
Yeah, these motherfuckers is in a bad little spot right now. Except for Sucker Punch. Yotei's all there. Yotei's all fucking there.
I got to play that to see how I feel about it. But yeah.
Well,
I'll even say I was looking at some stuff for Borderlands 4, and I might get that just because I can play it with my girl because she likes Borderlands stuff. That seems like a really solid game.
Well, Borderlands never really.
That third one sucked. I'm sorry.
Third one was bad.
That was bad.
1 and 2 was cool.
1 and 2 were fine. The fourth one it's way more open. Like it's actually open world.
Yeah, I know. When I was playing Borderlands 3, I was dating some girl and we was playing that shit a lot. She was very fucking good at first person shooters. I remember.
Why am I scared of girls who are good at shooters?
Yeah, bro, it caught me off guard. I remember going over there one day and then I seen her playing COD, and I'm just like, whatever. I'm just gonna get on my phone, let her do her thing. I'm looking. I'm like, she doing jumping sniping? I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Then I just sat and watched. I'm like, yo, she is brilliant in this fucking game. And then she was like, if you want to, you can play a game on my PlayStation. I was just like, man, I gotta play Street Fighter. Show this bitch I don't play either.
Nigga trying to one up.
I did, nigga. I literally went on a 40-game win streak with Zangief on fucking Street Fighter 5.
Jesus Christ!
But it wasn't
trying
fair.
to show off.
No, it wasn't fair because if I'm being honest, I was already I diamond? I think I was diamond on my system. So I went to hers, and then the more you don't lose, the more like your experience multiplier is. So I was going 40 straight. I made it to like damn near like diamond in a day. I'm like, nigga, I've been struggling to get to this shit on my system. I got to this shit damn near one day.
Do they do matchmaking like skill level?
Yeah.
That explains it then.
But yeah, so I was like messing with like copper rookie niggas.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Nigga that just booted up the game fighting somebody who's dominant.
Mauling them. Mauling them.
Wow. I be pissed off. I ain't hit this nigga once.
Bruh, it was a couple.
This nigga hit me with 127 combo.
See, nah, I'm using Zangief, so ain't no combos, nigga. I'm just grabbing. Bow! SPD. Bow! Just dogging niggas shit, dog. That shit was so funny.
I'll be pissed. That's why I don't play fighting games. I get too bad.
Well, if I'm being honest, like when you really think about fighting games, once you find like what you like in a fighting game and you get good at that, shit, nigga, you'll be a problem.
This is why I only ever play Smash. I've beaten everybody besides you.
For real?
Yes.
This nigga play like one other person.
No.
Oh my goodness, bro. But We never really talked about the last episode of Water Magician, did we?
I haven't watched it, so I don't know anything. The last thing that I watched was they were going to like some party or and something happened. And that episode ended. I haven't watched past that.
I won't go too far into it, but the episode is named "The Water Magician versus the Fire Magician."
Ooh,
it was decent. I'm not trying to hype it up, and I ain't trying to put it down. But that nigga surprised me. The main character.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check it out. We talk about it next week.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get too much into that shit, but I'm not gonna tell you what it was. But it was something that was said that dropped in my mind right when that shit happened. I was just like, yeah, what the fuck would he do? And I'm gonna stop right there. Water Magician was good. It's another one that just came out recently. It's been like just one episode.
I got a few on my list. Crunchyroll was like, here are the things coming out this fall. I was like, oh, okay. I'll check out some of these.
I stopped using that. What I do is the first week, everything that drops, I watch the first episode.
That ain't a bad idea either.
Yeah, because then I can just like gauge what I might like. Like the one that I've liked so far was just the dude ended up getting put in another world. And basically, like he's just like a gatherer. But that's all he's been using. I think he's like a material gatherer. Nothing special happened yet. But I just know that he has to find out when he goes there, like to use magic, you got to say the specific word. So when he started saying like scan, he's able to scan shit. So he got mushrooms, he got all this, and then took it to the shop to sell it. And they was like, oh, bro, you got high quality shit. Bet, we need you to get some mithril. He was like, all right, where do I got to go? To that cave over there. He was like, oh, that's not that bad. Monster's on the way. He was like, fuck, all right. So he went there, and then he ended up falling down to like a cliff. He had to go through the tunnel. Once he got to the tunnel, he was just like, bro, I don't see nothing crazy going on. So he just started getting like stone, like steel, iron, shit like that out of nowhere. A dragon was in the middle of that shit. Basically, the dragon realized that he had the same mana pool as the dragon. He was like, this nigga's too strong. And his energy was pure. The dragon had an egg, and he was like, I need you to put some energy into this shit. If I get pure energy in a dragon egg, that nigga's going to be a beast. And then he ended up hatching the cutest fucking dragon. I ain't going to lie. And I was like, what's his name? He's like, I'm going to just name him B for black. B.
B.
I was like, oh. Wait till that nigga start spitting shit.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, I was hyped. So it's nothing really special about that shit, but it was actually interesting.
I'm on my romance kick right now.
I know you are.
I watched this one called Science Fell in Love, so I tried to prove it. This shit is so stupid. It's like these two hyper scientists. Like the episode starts with like them two like talking smart shit to each other. Like they're talking shit in like sciencey way, and then out of nowhere the girl says, "So I think I'm in love with you." He goes, "Can you prove it?" And they just start conducting experiments to see if it can actually be proved. All right, so what's your heart rate when you're around me? What makes your heart rate go up even more? Well, what does love actually mean? And so they conduct this one experiment where, you know, like you see like shit in like a romance movie where it's like the dude will like slap his hand on a wall right in front of a girl's face and like kneel in close to her like he's about to kiss her and shit. Mm-hmm. One of their experiments is like he does that and notice her heart rate goes up. So he's like, is it just slapping the hand on the wall that's doing it? And proceeds to do that shit 100 times. And they notice her heart rate over time gets steady and goes back down. It's like, why is it not working now? And just continue slapping the wall. Left hand, right hand, left hand. And so their hypothesis is when you're slapping the wall, you're simulating sumo wrestler activities, and that's why I'm not aroused anymore. Like, what am I watching?
Yeah, what the fuck are you watching, bro? What the fuck are you watching?
That shit is so funny, though. I'll be watching more of that.
Somebody in the comments said to watch, it was like Apocalypse Bringer. And I watched like the first 5 episodes.
What is that one about?
Basically, this dude, he was playing this one online game where almost like you pick a race, they'll put you in like a certain part of the world. I think he was like the King of Ruin, and basically that's like the evil faction. So yeah, he ended up choosing that. Honestly, I was watching this shit, and then I was just like, I don't know if this is gonna really get me, because I guess he ended up going into like, dying. Well, I don't know if dying, but going into that universe. No, did he die? fuck it. He went into that universe, and then the main character he was using on the video game actually knows his real name. Like what they experienced in the video game, she remembers everything, so she knows his real name. So they ended up just chilling and like trying to figure out what they was gonna do. They ended up creating like this little worker ant to be able to traverse the immediate area just so they know like resources, food, shit like that. I was losing interest, so I was just like, I don't think this was a good suggestion. Until when the Dark Elves, who ended up getting banned from their area, ended up showing up in their forest. And when they walked up to him, I was just like, why is he looking intimidated? Then you got to see this nigga's POV on how he looked. The main character is in like pajamas. He's like a goofy kid, awkward, can't really talk. When they looked at him, he was just a shadow with like just gray eyes.
Jesus,
it looked menacing. And I was just like, that's how they see that nigga? Jesus. And he was just like, bro, like, because when he ended up later on, because basically all these people was like starving. And then he ended up making like apples, pears, lettuce, bread, all this shit from because his mana shit, he can basically materialize anything. And he just materialized food, and then they ate it. And then they ended up coming back because he dropped a lot of food. They wanted to come back and get it. When they ended up going to the village, because the main villager, like the elder, showed up, and he was just like, hey, my nigga, how about this? I'll be y'all niggas ruler. Y'all niggas just bullshitting. Y'all starving. Y'all need me, don't you?
That's so manipulative.
No, he didn't do that for real. I'm making it worse. He's actually a very nice person.
I was gonna say, y'all wouldn't survive without me anyway, so you might as well be enslaved.
So the vegetables the fruit that he gave to them are not in that world, right? So when he ended up taking over the village, I want to say this shit. When he walked into that motherfucking village, when one of the people in the village, all of them had their heads down, when they looked at him and noticed him, he just fainted. I'm like, Jesus. I thought it was just like a little, when they showed his POV, I'm just like, this nigga kind of over exaggerating. No, regular niggas can't even approach this nigga. This nigga, they ain't really explain that. Maybe if I watch it more, I'll understand more.
I mean, imagine just watching an unlockable character walking around. That's terrifying.
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Mr. Game & Watch ran into this motherfucking room. Nigga, I'd be terrified.
I said my brain can't comprehend what that is.
But then what happened was one of the people in the village was like, yeah, thank you for giving us that food. Oh, and we was able to, with those grapes, I think it was the grapes. He was like, yeah, with the seeds that was in the grapes that you gave us, we was able to grow that shit. He was just like, wait a minute. So y'all can grow shit from my world here. And they was like, did we do something wrong? He was like, wait a minute. If I can make anything, then he thought about it. He saw his mana start pulsating. Then he ended up making a coin from his world. He was like, bitch, I can bring guns here. I was like, nigga, genius.
He was about to shoot the kingdom up.
He was like, bro, I'm about to fuck y'all niggas up.
Why when I was looking at a random video of remember in Dragon Ball when Goku shows back up as like an adult now, and he enters the World Tournament, and as he's fighting Tien's like, you can't move fast enough, so he's like, you're right, and starts taking off all his clothes and shit. And the part when they all picked up his clothes and like, Goku, what the fuck is this? And he was like, yeah, that's some clothes Kami gave me that told me not to take off. Somebody in the comments was like, imagine fighting a nigga and then he tells you that God told him to hold back. Exactly what happened.
Imagine fighting a nigga and God told him to hold back. It's crazy, bro.
He tells you God told him to hold back.
Nigga, I'd have heard him say that. Ring out.
Exactly. Touching both feet 10 toes down on the grass.
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. Nah, it's certain shit people will say that I'm just like, you know what? I didn't really think this through.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm cool. Hell,
it would have been enough for me when you went over there and picked up Goku's shirt and it was 200 pounds. That alone would have been like, this nigga was moving that fast with that?
Well, I don't know, bro. I still would have been a little ambitious. I'd have been like, well, this nigga carrying around this type of weight, he probably got joint pain. So I think that I can pull this off. I ain't gonna even lie. Get your roll on with my shit.
Everybody get your roll on.
He said, everybody get your motherfucking roll on. I was like, oh, I don't know what the fuck you supposed to get your roll on with. Oh, I don't see the video. These niggas doing donuts. I was like, fuck, I ain't got a car.
I can't do donuts on a bike.
Somewhat. You can just like peel out, you know. That's it.
A donut is a full circle, 360.
No, you can do that with a bike. If you're going fast and then hit them brakes and turn hard.
This nigga gonna turn onto his face.
You've never like really done tricks.
I was fat, no.
Yeah, I thought so. I was like, nigga, you ain't done that shit?
Could barely do a cartwheel. What are you talking about?
God.
The fuck are you talking about? Hell no. I seen niggas as we got older doing backflips. I was like, that's neat. That's as far as that thought went.
Yeah, just like, I was running outside and I shook the kitchen. I'm like, damn. Had the food shaking in his boots. He's like, oh, this nigga coming.
The niggas used to climb the playground. I was just sitting in the gravel.
Bruh, you know what's so crazy? I remember as a kid, you know what I'm saying, because I was the youngest. And I remember, like, my older brother used to always, like, fuck with me, right? And I remember, I was like, I got to find out one thing that I know will always set him off. Like, I'll get my ass whooped, but this need to work. And I remember, like, one day, I was like, man, shut up, fat boy. Fuck that nigga world up that day. I was like, super effective. I was like, oh, I'm using that shit later. I use that shit for no reason sometimes. I was just like, oh, shit. This nigga, I need this nigga get his ass with my mama. So I was like, we going to church Sunday. I'm going to go 2 rows up. And my brother talking. I was like, shut up, fat boy. And he was like, hey. My mama turned around, looked him in his face and said, you owe me. I was like, God, that fat nigga.
What kind of villainous shit is that to say? You owe me?
Yeah, that used to scare the shit out of me as a kid.
That's terrifying.
Uh-huh.
You saying you owe me to a child is crazy. What?
That was like whenever we was gonna get a whooping, that's what my mom used to say before we got a whooping.
I'm so glad I met your mother when she calmed down.
Yeah, when she fully found Christ.
All right, see, I would not have wanted to know her then. Like, she's a grandmother now.
You know, nah, she on her meds, that's why. And she took a sleeve of some shit today.
Oh my God.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro. My mom used to carry herself like a road warrior. Bro, you don't understand the psychological damage that used to do when, like, you be in church and everything cool. The first time you say something, you look at your mama and then her body is facing this way, but her head is turned all the way there. She just like, you owe me. And that shit just turns slowly back forward.
Exorcist shit. Hell no.
Yeah, she was something else. Like, every time she walked in, it was just like a new fucking entrance song she had.
Just imagine her rolling through the Rolodex about to beat your ass. Like, what horror song am I going to play next? Mm-hmm. And then as soon as she opens your bedroom door, loud as shit through the JBL speaker.
Yeah. I was just like, bro, when'd you buy a smoke machine?
It's going to be crazy. Like, she opens the door and the fog goes in before she does, and all you see is the silhouette of her.
Yeah, just playing the Undertaker music.
You see a silhouette of her, and then as the door opens up all the way, she unleashes the belt.
Nah. The belt was okay. When she used to get the switches on the right side of the crib, them bitches used to hurt.
This nigga had a whole side of the crib for the worst beatings.
No, it was just that them little thin fucking switches that be like, them bitches that wrap around you, they grow there. That was the only tree in the neighborhood.
This nigga had his own.
My mama looked in the ground, that shit sprouted out. Just the only.
Your mom was poison ivy in this bitch.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro, that was the only spot that grew that in America. I've never seen this tree ever again.
Oh my God, that's terrifying.
I'm telling you, bro. I remember that one day she was like, go get your own switch. I was so scared of her picking her own one, I went and got poison oak. Nigga, I was getting my ass whooped and still getting poison damage. I'm like, I'd rather take that.
How you get a status effect on your XP? Bring, bring. Oh, my stomach hurts. Yeah, this week we said what we were gonna do last week. Watched arguably the worst movie in fucking history. I'm mad you made me watch this. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm mad you never watched it before.
I was, that movie came out in 2009. I was 19. I didn't want to watch that.
But how did this shit start off? You just see
they give you the worst history lesson that never happened in Dragon Ball Z ever?
What was the history lesson?
2,000 years ago, Piccolo came to Earth and attempted to invade with his minion, Ozaru. Wait, what are we doing? That was the opening. As soon as I heard, I was like, this about to be a dumpster fire.
And the whole time, listen,
I was like, what is happening?
I was like, if you omit Ozaru, why does it sound like Garlic Jr. shit?
I was like, what is happening? Ozaru, first of all, a Namekian conquering a Saiyan is crazy. Mm-hmm. That would never happen ever 2,000 years ago. And they was like, yeah, but humans managed to seal Piccolo away for 2,000 years until now. What kind of revisionist history is this?
Bruh.
I was instantly pissed off. I'm not going to hold you.
And then it started off with him training, right?
Yeah, for Goku training with Grandpa Gohan.
Go hand. When them niggas said, he's like, Grandpa, go hand.
What made me hate it even more, Gohan had a fucking guitar pick goatee.
Yeah.
Like, what is that shit?
And then these niggas is fighting on like a clothesline.
I was just say a clothesline.
Yeah. And then out of
them niggas dried the clothes for the day and got active.
Bro, straight the fuck up. That nigga took his costume off. He was like, let's get ready. Jumped on that bitch. They started getting down, getting busy. They even got upside down with that shit for no reason. This nigga was just like, yeah, you ain't ready, Grandpa Gohan. This nigga said, I'm going to use one of my strongest techniques. Air bubble. Ha! I was like, what?
And that's what really made me mad. I was like, soon as they started going into the background of Ki, it's like, yeah, there's earth, wind, fire, air. Where did this Avatar plot come from?
Go planet.
Why did they adapt the whole philosophy of Avatar?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck what is happening right now?
Then this dangerous Namek came to the planet and then he just vanished. One day he would come with the Uzaru. Boom, boom. This nigga Grandpa Gohan just demolishes Goku. Then it just goes to this random fucking village being attacked. I don't even know who the bitch was. I was like, all right.
I was gonna ask, maybe y'all know. I don't remember a lot of Dragon Ball because I haven't seen it in so long. Did King Piccolo have a random woman minion with him?
I don't remember that.
I don't remember that either. Who does this bitch in this fucking, what's her name, Nina from fucking Tekken outfit on?
I was like, they got that bitch from Emperor Pilaf mixed up with Piccolo.
Yeah. And even she ain't dressed like that. She had on a fucking trench coat the whole time.
Hell yeah.
Like, what am I missing?
And she pulling up. I don't even know how the fuck she knew the Dragon Ball was there.
And that was another thing. Like, later on when you see Bulma in the movie, she has an actual she has a radar. King Piccolo or whatever was just going around from place to place burning shit down until he found the Dragon Ball.
That nigga just walking around. I know it's there.
Like, what are we talking about? What is this?
This bitch was under the fucking floor. This bitch just saw she was about to shoot the kid. She was like, it's me, I got it. Dragon Ball in hand. Took the shit and then out of nowhere it just skipped to Goku being at school. Getting bullied by Bulk and Skull from Power Rangers.
That shit, I'm not gonna lie, that made me so upset. I hate the trope of...
He said, what you gonna do, Geeko? I was like, bro, we were cringy in 09.
My thing, I was gonna say, I feel like 09 was the dying down of the typical geek being bullied by the school bully trend in movies and shows by then. I thought that had died out by then. Why is this movie attempting to bring back something that died out in like 05? Mm-hmm. What the fuck am I missing?
Then it goes to the classroom and he's just talking about a solar eclipse.
In high school, these niggas, Goku and the start of this movie turned 18 the day of the movie starting. You are a senior in high school. Why y'all just learning about solar eclipse?
I was like, y'all tripping, bro.
As this nigga daydream about bitches eating berries.
Like, I'm about to say, bro, the public school system is failing y'all. And then like it skipped to the scene where Chi-Chi. First off, these motherfuckers got their school ID and they got to swipe that shit to open their locker. And I'm just like, oh, that's fire as a bitch.
I ain't gonna lie, I needed that shit as a kid. I could never figure out the turning shit for your like locks on lockers.
Oh, I had that shit down to a science.
I used to get in trouble so much for that because they'd be like, put your books in your locker before you come into class. I'm like, I can't open this shit.
Shit.
Like, I feel like I need to be a mastermind of lock picking and to open this shit.
Mm-hmm. Like, and then like this bitch over here trying to open her locker, this nigga Goku. And what's crazy is when Grandpa Gohan ended up shooting the beam, and he's like, I couldn't even see it, but this nigga using ki like it ain't a fucking problem.
The inconsistencies of this movie, they make it seem like Goku doesn't really know how to use it, but then magically opens every single locker in the hallway.
Bro, you understand? I wouldn't know how to explain that shit to my teacher. He's like, where's your homework? Yo, bruh, Miss Johnson, I swear everything I love, I did it. It was in my locker. Now that shit gone.
That shit is in the next town over.
Yeah. He blew everybody's shit open. And then Chi-Chi just turned around. It was you.
This nigga's like, yeah.
Bro, just admitted that shit. He was just like, shit, this gonna give me the draws. I'm fuck with it. And she was like, well, I got a party going on tonight, so you should come over. He was like, bet. End up blowing off his fucking grandfather who spent his hard fucking time to make a birthday cake. This nigga don't even have a grocery store near him.
This nigga went hunting for you. He went hunting for chicken feet.
Bruh.
For you, for your birthday.
For your birthday, and your ungrateful ass go to a party.
With the nastiest gelled hairline ever.
Bruh, crazy work. He showed up to a motherfucking party, thinking shit sweet. Same fucking bullies came out. I don't even understand what the fuck this shit meant. Is this nigga was just like, he was like, do we got a problem? He just poured out a glass of water. Yeah, we got a problem. I'm like, what was you pouring shit out for your homies or some shit?
I like how that's his way of being disrespectful, is to pour it not on his shoes, just at his shoes. Mm-hmm. You just made the ground wet in front of me, sir.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
And then he just swung off on this nigga, duck that bitch. He was like, I don't know what the fuck is your problem, nigga. He swung again, duck. Then these niggas just grabbed weapons. I was like, bro, this nigga turned a regular scuffle into a hardcore match.
This nigga turned to the Warriors
and then
start picking up random shit.
And then this nigga jumped on a perfectly good Mustang. I was like, Goku, you wildin'. This nigga swung that fucking shit at him. He went upside down.
He skidded on his dome.
Skidded on his head like he was getting scanned at a grocery store. And then these niggas just fucking up their own car. How in the fuck? They break windows, and then when they was done,
broke the car. Broke the fucking car. Like this fucking Street Fighter.
I was just like, you win. Went to the crib looking for Chi-Chi out of nowhere. He hollering at Chi-Chi, and Grandpa Gohan is waiting for you.
With cake in hand. Just minding his own business and feels a quake in the atmosphere. Nigga busts through the door, throwing stars at his ass. I like how they also show what you could say it was a power pole. And this is the only time it's ever used in the whole movie, is when he's deflecting ninja stars. Mm-hmm. And then you see Piccolo walk through the door like, it's not here. Gohan attempts to go attack him. He stopped Gohan in place like he was using the force.
Telling you,
crumbled his ass to the ground, walked out the house, and crumbled the house around him.
That shit was hard as a bitch.
That was the only hard scene.
He's about to do renovations. Just destroyed his shit.
Crumbled his shit on top of him.
Gohan ended up getting destroyed. This nigga Goku at the party getting turned out of nowhere. He was just like, something smell like Gohan dying.
Out of nowhere.
Bro, took off without Nimbus, made it there in no time.
Don't get me started on the time frames of this movie.
Out of nowhere, it was at nighttime when we went to the party. He get there, it's daytime. I'm like, bro, it took you forever. He's dead. He get there, he's like, Grandpa Gohan. All he found was a nose. That nigga got destroyed. He pull up. He pull up, found him dead. Out of nowhere, Bulma just pulled up on him.
No, you know what's crazy? Mm-hmm. I noticed the 2 times you see Goku crying in this movie, he's crying on a nigga. Because when Gohan dies, he just puts his hand on. And then at the end of the movie, when Roshi dies, he's crying on his thigh. Mm-hmm. Like, why you crying on niggas?
But what happened after that? I think Bulma pulled up in the crib, right?
Yeah, he was shuffling through Gohan's stuff. And the craziest shit, I hate this, he finds the orange gi, but Bulma walks in there And at first I was like, who the fuck is this bitch? And then I seen the blue strip. I was like,
Please don't tell me that bitch is Bulma.
please don't tell me this bitch is Bulma.
I want y'all to know that she looked exactly like the Bulma you know.
What?
Yeah. Carbon copy. Black hair and all. She pulled up and just started whamming that thing at that nigga. I was like, yeah.
I like she showed up and was like, give me my Prometheus orb. Huh?
He was like, are you having a stroke?
What the fuck you talking? This is a Dragon Ball. He's like, no, it has 5 stars on its Prometheus orb. It's the greatest power source in the world. It can create endless energy. It's like, bitch, this has 4 stars on it, and it's called a Dragon Ball. What are you talking about?
That nigga touched that shit and had a seizure. Started seeing the world blow up. And then he was like, what's wrong? What's wrong, Goku? His crazy ass monkey just started fucking up shit. So out of nowhere, these niggas just like, bruh, shit fucked up. Let's go to Master Roshi. I was like, how y'all know about this nigga?
Nah, they form a partnership out of who
Trauma.
knows why.
They-
Facts. And this part fucked me up. So at the start of the movie, when they were in class, they say that the eclipse is supposed to be happening in 2 weeks. By the time they make it to Gohan, the eclipse is 3 days away.
Yeah, bro, he took forever.
What the fuck happened?
He did not die from that
But
house
the
getting
thing
blown
about
up.
it is the city.
Go ahead and die by starvation. This nigga last meal was a chicken foot. That shit didn't hold at all.
What makes it even worse is how far away is the city, first of all? Because it can't be that far away because later on in the movie, Chi-Chi is there the next day in a tournament. Where did 2 weeks go?
So after they left the crib, what happened?
They go to the city to go look for Roshi, which another thing, they go in the directory to try to find Roshi and that. But my thing is, they can't find him in the directory, so Bulma pulls out her radar and a notification goes off that there's a Dragon Ball near. How the fuck does this radar work? You were in this spot. You didn't get a signal picked up on it when you pulled up to the city first. It just randomly let you know a Dragon Ball was nearby while you were already in the middle of the city. How the fuck does this radar work? And why the fuck is this nigga house in the middle of a crater in the middle of a city?
That made no sense.
They pull up at Roshi's house and this shit is on an island in the middle of the city. Like, did they just try to do construction and said, fuck it?
That happens a lot of times, bro.
Not to that degree.
My neighbor is a pothole. Yes, it happens.
And
So they pull up on Roshi, and I don't even know how they convinced this nigga to go and...
what makes this scene so bad is when they sneak in there and Goku makes a bunch of fucking noise to wake this nigga Roshi up. All this time, Goku was holding back against the bullies because his grandpa told him not to fight anybody. Unless he absolutely needed to. So your version of absolutely needing to is breaking in a nigga's house and then fighting the nigga who house you broke into.
That makes some complete sense, bro. I don't need you to know that I broke in your shit. This nigga, like, let's be real. All the other fight scenes was slow. That nigga sped up. Still lost to Roshi.
Roshi in one hand blocking it.
And then he was just like, why y'all niggas here? Oh, shit. Gohan died. He was like, oh, my disciple.
I was like, wait. Ain't Gohan older than fucking Roshi?
Very much older.
How the fuck did that work?
That nigga was a prodigy. So,
He taught his elders.
yeah, that's crazy. So then that nigga was just like, oh, bet, let's get the Dragon Balls. So they get into the whip. Goku ended up picking up this big ass bag of fucking crushed up cans, put it in the back of the car. That nigga said, wait a minute, put that shit in your back.
And that's their version of Roshi teaching Goku.
Yeah, that was the turtle shell.
That pissed me off.
Yeah, so this nigga, they ran to a desert in front of
And that's the thing. Again, I say, the time frames of this shit is so weird. That was probably an afternoon, but it took them 2 weeks to make it to the city that was probably neighboring the school these niggas went to.
Bruh, this nigga was running for a week straight. That's crazy. Then they get to some desert, and then they end up getting caught in a trap because they were just like, oh shit, the Dragon Ball's near here. And then it was a trap in the middle of the road. They ended up getting trapped in a hole, and then who ends up trapping these niggas?
The worst actor in history.
Yamcha.
Like, as soon as I heard this nigga talk, I was like, oh my God. This is worse than any CW or Power Rangers acting I have ever seen in my life. This is awful. This nigga forced that tone. The entire movie.
I felt like every person's voice didn't meet their face.
Bulma's definitely didn't.
And I was tripping. That was a girl from Shameless. The Goku and her were both on Shameless.
Really?
Yeah.
Was this before or after this movie?
I think Shameless was after. That got them the break. It was like, you did something that bad and made it an amazing movie?
Oh, hell no.
So they ended up finding out, they ended up getting trapped in there, but then they ended up camping in a big ass hole because Yamcha was just like, shit, nigga, hey, I see y'all got caught up in that shit. Let me get y'all niggas out. And she was just like, oh, bet, please get us out this hole. And he was like, but a fee. I was like, that nigga. See, every motherfucker at the door don't get a key. That nigga Yamcha out this shit jugging niggas.
Because he made the fucking hole in the first place.
And then they were just like, wait a minute. I'm picking up the Dragon Ball close by. It might be underground. So this nigga I don't even know why the fuck he got like an excavator attached to his vehicle. This nigga is ready for whatever.
They drill into the ground. They claim that this shit was underground. And then they go to an erupting volcano out of no fucking where. What happened to the Dragon Balls underground? And how did y'all make it from a desert to an erupting volcano in an evening?
Y'all, that shit's crazy, bro. Y'all was standing on that ground like shit was sweet.
That's what I'm saying. Last time that I checked, lava is hot as fuck, which means it makes everything else around hot as fuck. There's a reason why people who go collect lava samples have to wear special gear.
But shit, maybe they was near the core. I don't know.
What?
I don't know. I'm just gonna go with it. So these niggas get there, and then it just shows a scene where King Piccolo is in a fucking owl bed ship and sitting in a chair. They took some of his blood, and this nigga made putties. I was like, that's hard as a bitch. He was like, all right, Rita Repulsa, go down there and fight these niggas. She came down there with the putties. These niggas, I laughed so hard at that part. These niggas use these niggas as a stepping stone in the lava. I was like,
which makes it even worse. This nigga got on J.C. Penney sneakers and is hopping on hot shit across a lava bed.
Bro, because they was fighting these niggas and seeing they kept regenerating. And then Roshi ended up throwing one in the lava. They was like, hey, throw him in the lava. Goku punched a nigga in half, threw this nigga in the lava. He said, the Dragon Ball's over there, so we gonna just throw him in the lava. They gonna keep regenerating. Let's use him as stepping stones. I'm like, bruh, that is the most brutal shit. This nigga made a human bridge. I was like, we won't human, but fuck it. So these niggas jumped over. They ended up getting the Dragon Ball. Rita Repulsa pulled up on these niggas. I was like, bruh.
She hit this nigga and his face didn't move. She hit this nigga. All he did was flex his forearm at her and she went flying. Then and what makes this movie even worse is when they get that Dragon Ball, Bulma says, damn, the eclipse is tomorrow. We ain't got time to go get the other Dragon Balls.
And Master Roshi was just like,
why even waste the fucking time in the first place then?
And Master Roshi was just like, well, shit, I need to go and find somebody who helped seal them before. This nigga went to a Buddhist place and found a retired Ghostbuster. This nigga said, bro.
So they go back to the city that they came from in the first fucking place.
That city looks so different then.
It was the same fucking city.
No, them niggas look run down. That look very cyberpunkish.
I mean, that's what happened. Cyberpunk, they had districts like that. Mm-hmm. But they went back to the same city that they came from the day before just to find another solution. Master Roshi at no point in time thought, damn, we got to collect 7 Dragon Balls in 3 days. We won't be able to do that. Maybe if I go to the people who I was a skeptic of and tell them what's going on, they'll give me a solution. Nah, let's just go out on this extravagant day-long adventure.
Yeah, he was just like, shit, I'm just going to go to this spot. This nigga's used to sealing people, so he going to use that little photon gun and put him in that little box like Ghostbusters. He was like, please tell me you can do that again. He was like, nah, but I can make an urn. He was like, bet. And in typical Dragon Ball Z fashion, in the heat of some fucked up shit happening, how did they solve the problem? A world martial arts tournament. I fucking died laughing. So you see Chi-Chi fighting in this tournament.
Fighting Rita
Repulsa. They fighting toe-to-toe, everything looking good. This bitch Rita scratched her and then ringed herself out. That nigga said, yeah, God told me to hold back. That bitch ringed herself out. She's like, nah, I ain't with that shit. So they were just like, you good? She was like,
you know what my question was?
Mm-hmm.
Just like my question was before when Piccolo pulled up on Gohan. How the fuck do you know where the Dragon Balls are? Just like how the fuck do you know who Goku knows?
Well,
None of this is explained.
Well, the Dragon Balls were not the regular Dragon Balls because let's be real, he grabbed them bitches and seen a prophecy every time. It was the same shit, and he just kept getting new revelations from it. They never even explained
how the Dragon Balls were connected to him and his visions and shit. Because if we're going off of the logic that we have based on actual Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, Saiyans have nothing to do with Dragon Balls whatsoever.
The Namekians. That's how he was able to know where they was at.
But he showed up at Gohan's thinking the Dragon Ball was there when Goku had that shit the whole time.
Bro, it was already understood, don't need to be explained.
The movie makes no fucking sense.
So he ended up pulling Chi-Chi. Then you see he go back to the town, and then you see Yamcha and Yamcha and Bulma getting together. Everything shit sweet. They end up getting broken up from their kissing out of nowhere. You just see Master Roshi teaching Zuko how to firebend.
I don't lie. When I seen it, I was like, this is the Kamehame. And the way he said it, the Kamehameha.
Oh, that was close. I was cool with that.
No, just his acting and saying it pissed me off. And he's like, yeah, you just have to channel your ki through yourself like this. And then created a fireball.
Shot that shit, looked like it's going to do damage. It just lit a candle.
Like, now we can see for the night.
Yes.
With the greatest attack in Dragon Ball history.
What? We don't have lights here, Goku. Goku over here struggling. He was just like, hey, you can't get no food until you light these candles, and just left them. He over here struggling, doing like a water bubble. That shit did nothing. Chi-Chi pulled up. She said, if you light all this shit, I'm going to give you some. Nope. This nigga said, caught that bitch on fire immediately. I think I went to the next one. And then he was just like, fuck, he fucked up on the third one. Then this bitch said, well, guess you ain't getting none. This nigga charged up and shot a 3-1, lit them all on fire. I was like, yeah, bro, I'm telling you, nope, this power. I'm telling you, I learned that move immediately.
And then you skip to seeing Chi-Chi sneak out of Goku's room.
Yeah.
And Bulma catches him and is like, fuck, what y'all doing? Nothing. She scatters off.
And then you see Goku walk down the stairs. And he was just like, hey, what's up? He was like, that bitch got the Dragon Balls. I was like, oh, Bulma quick on her feet. You found out that Rita Repulsa is actually Mystique. This bitch was running away. They was trying to catch her. She shot that gun, lit the whole door on fire. They was like, all right, let's find a different route. Goku was like, I could just walk through this shit. So you see Chi-Chi versus Chi-Chi. The one getting knocked down, she looked at Goku. She said, this bitch is trying to ban buffets. He said, what? This nigga fucking axe kicked her in the face hard as shit.
Then seeing the scar on her arm, I was like, whoa, Raggy.
Shot that nigga in the back.
Dropped his ass.
Straight Ricky'd that nigga. That nigga was out on the ground. She took off. And then what, Bulma and Master Roshi pulled up, right?
Yeah, and then Master Roshi did a Kamehameha wave.
Wait, because he went into the the Black Panther world.
Yeah, Goku saw visions of Grandpa.
Yeah, and like Grandpa Gohan. He was like, Grandpa Gohan, what should I do?
Remember who you are.
And then that was it. And then you just see Master Roshi doing the gold dust taunt. And then he's like, oh, hit that nigga in the chest hard as a bitch. And nigga's like, oh, bro, first off, that had to be a mean ass clear. Because that nigga was turned to a fucking lowercase n back all the way off the ground. I was like, bro, I could never do that shit.
She hit this nigga with a Kamehameha wave to resuscitate him.
That's smart.
He blew this nigga back out.
That's so fucking crazy.
Then I was like, damn, they got all 7 Dragon Balls. What do we do now? He has to go to the Dragon Temple in order to activate Shenlong. Huh? Shen who?
What did you just say, sir? Balls. I said, who the fuck is Long Way, nigga? Nah.
Who is that?
I don't think I'm ringing that doorbell.
Hell no. So then they go towards the castle as Piccolo and Rita revive the temple. And as they're driving there, this nigga Yamcha drives that shit off a cliff, and that shit turns into a hover car randomly out of no fucking where. He turned a Hummer to a hover.
For this nigga to be struggling with money, he got everything on that vehicle.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you have the greatest tool shed on wheels in the world. You should be a handyman somewhere or something, sir.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are you doing just being the only desert bandit on the planet?
Yeah. And they get close, and then they see them niggas trying to summon Shenlong. This nigga Roshi jump out the car trying to stop that shit.
Nah, he shot a Kamehameha wave at Piccolo, and then Piccolo shot something at him, and that shit caused the car to blow up.
Yeah, I thought he was outside the car when he did that.
Nah, he was in the car, and then when Piccolo hit it, he flew out the car.
Oh yeah, flew out the car. These niggas getting a horrible fucking accident. Goku was just like, hey, I'm gonna be logical about this shit. Let me change clothes.
I was like, nigga changed clothes in the middle of a car wreck.
Bruh, I have never even thought, like, that's not logical at all. This nigga get into a horrible car wreck, killed 2 people, came out fresh.
It's so crazy. And they tried to have it be some great reveal. I was like, what is this bullshit ass movie?
Bruh.
Even the fit was terrible. That shit looked ass.
And then let me tell you how funny this shit was, right? He told him, he was just like, yeah, so where, he said, so where is Uzaru? I'm trying to stop this shit. He said, nigga, you are him. You are him. You are him.
No.
The eclipse hit. That nigga started going crazy. They made that shit look like he turned and he was tall as a bitch. This nigga just turned to Teen Wolf. This nigga just turned to Michael Jackson on Thriller.
Got 5 inches taller and hairy.
Bruh.
And that was it.
Ripped the whole fucking outfit up.
I'm like, this is a nigga who's supposed to be conquering the planet. This nigga got 5 inches taller and grew facial hair.
Bruh, Shaq would have mollywhopped that nigga.
That's what I'm saying.
I was like, bruh, I'm not scared of this nigga.
Like, they tried to make it seem like this nigga was the greatest threat the planet had ever seen. Nigga, Bigfoot is more terrifying.
Yeah, that's all it was.
Like, what is
Bigfoot with an outfit. Ripped the whole fucking shirt up. Then fucking Master Roshi on the ground. This nigga choked him to death. Bro, I was like, why did you do that? You could have just stomped on this nigga. This nigga wanted to see the life leave.
And as he's dying, he's like, remember who you are.
Then
This nigga reverted back with the outfit intact.
And perfect. Shirt tucked in.
What is this fucking
I was about to say, he
movie?
turned that shit to an open jacket. When he went back to regular, his shirt was tucked in, not ripped up, no dirt.
Piccolo was like, how can this be? This nigga said the corniest line ever.
He said, my grandpa always told me, don't trust them new Neckians around yonder. Don't trust them new Neckians down yonder. They sniff up so much air, it makes you wonder.
Then them niggas is getting to a key spamming debate. I was like, this is the one consistency this movie has. Piccolo key spamming. The only thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't know what this nigga Goku just gets on the ground. He was just like, no, I can't beat you with 1, so I need to become the 2.
Unlocked his inner Broly.
I was like, bruh, Roman Reigns could have finished this, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that. You gotta become the 2. Now, he was the 1. This nigga fucking charged up, which actually looked decent. Shot, and then I
hate that I just gave this movie a compliment.
This nigga did like a Frieza death ball, threw that shit at Goku. Goku Kamehameha flied into that shit, blew it up, and literally that was the end of the movie. And I want to tell you, let me tell you how funny these niggas is. These niggas thought they smoked this movie. You know how I thought that?
Because it had an after credit scene.
That nigga said, wait until 2 come out.
Like, they really thought, yo, we did an amazing job. Piccolo's still alive, y'all. Now he's been taken care of somewhere. He's still here. Wait until we reveal the Saiyans. There will never be another one of these. I forgot to mention, too, I hate how they showed Capsule Corp shit. It wasn't in capsules at all. This bitch just transformed a sheet of paper into a bike. I was so mad. Like, what?
I was just like, man, that technology crazy.
And that was the only tech we seen from them.
But I understand now why Dr. Hito thought they were evil. That tech didn't make no sense. They trying to take over the world.
With sheets of paper.
Fuck that shit.
Fuck that movie.
After I watched it, I was just like, this might be one of the greatest Dragon Ball Z movies. Easy 8.9 out of 10. I have been drinking. That shit was terrible, nigga.
That arguably was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
That shit get a red crayon out of 10. That shit was horrible.
That shit gets refrigerator art out of 10.
Oh my God.
Macaroni art ass movie.
Straight up.
That was awful.
What'd you think about Piccolo's outfit though?
If it didn't look so 3D printed, maybe I would have liked it more. It would have been a hard fit if it actually looked like a fit, especially when he had the robe draped over top of it.
Clean.
That shit was hard, and he had the hood up. That was hard. The rest of that shit was hot dumpster fire.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I hope y'all like this shit because I didn't.
Well, next week we'll be watching Bio Broly. Hey, you said it. I got you to watch that bullshit. So, all right, this is a win in my book.
I'm playing Ghost of Yotei for the rest of the day. Fuck y'all. I'm done.